And it was the idea like he went 8-Totes or Orchid and he would just like stay in the trees forever. Nobody would ever catch up to him. He would have insane initiation. He reminded you of, I think Sinq used to play that way as well with Monkey King. Matthew as well from Thunder Awaken. There's a couple of Monkey King players that love that style. And I think those are my favorite Monkey Kings, right? Because to be able to play Monkey King to that degree of efficient on the trees, you need to have a lot of games in here.
Yeah, to say the least, as they will be breaking some smokes. Monkey's sixth sense right there. He didn't have vision on the high ground, but just didn't feel something was... Oh, well, his smoke broke, right? That would be why. So he's going to back off. He's going to try a different cliff, and there's Peksu and Aqua already waiting for him. There's going to be the dual breath slow. Aqua as well is going to throw the tree at him, which is also a slow. Era on the run. Hanskin tossing the spear. I'm not sure if it hit him, but it surely didn't stun him. Yeah, it didn't because he tree danced away, and he's going to live.
Also took no damage, right? Yep. That's the biggest indicator.
I wasn't sure, honestly.
Yeah, because the first level 1 spear actually deals a fair amount of damage, actually. 100 damage is fair enough.
Bad.
The cast range, though, is pretty bad. People don't really take into account this, but the spear actually does increase in cast range every level, right? So level 1 spear, really hard to land. 900 cast range is just a little bit too short. So Mars gets buffer, right, as he gets more levels in spear,
yeah,
so you can throw it further.
Can throw it further. That's why you gain strength on strength heroes, so you can throw the spear further.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So why can't the tree be thrown further is my question.
Could you imagine? Do we really need to be buffing Tiny right now, Alvaro?
I think this hero looks pretty weak right now in the meta. He's only been picked in 90% of matches because he's banned in the rest of them.
He's only been picked in like 13 of 14 Goon Squad games. I mean, come on. The Goon Squad, do they really know what they're doing? I mean, what, 1 TI winner underneath the games, you know?
Yeah, honestly. I don't know. I have very little confidence in this team, honestly. No, but a Tiny pick here, I think it ended up being pretty good. I like the Doom idea, and I think you have a lot of percentage damage against a Tiny, but I still find that, as you mentioned, because the hero's so strong right now, he's still going to be able to hold his own. And Storm and Necrophos both can cover the Tiny really easily. They're both heroes that scale well, and they're both heroes that can become your win condition if the late game allows it to.
Also, just one difficulty, I think, for Shibe this game is who exactly he wants to be dooming in each of these fights, because there's a lot of good Doom targets. Basically two, right? The Storm and the Necro are both amazing good Doom targets, as they will get... Yeah, first blood with auto attacks, honestly. They did spear him back on Bengen, but afterwards they just punished him with constant auto attacks by Hanskin. Mars has really good base stats, particularly his damage, so you gotta be a bit careful. Similar to Shaman, you just really, as Undying, you're just vulnerable to these heroes with high attack damage, even if Decay hits them, because you just don't have the greatest armor as Undying. Yeah, and neither does Mars. Right, he's only got the 2, now 3 armor, but you don't have a lane to really take advantage of that unless Koma decides to spec into the Orb of Corrosion, which at this stage doesn't have it in the quick buy. Phase boots immediately into the armlet. I think he wants to probably get out of this lane sooner rather than later. S4, as Necros will want to do, is going to become very annoying quite quickly.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Orb of Corrosion on Lifestealer because I feel like usually the issue that you have is not the lane, right? So you're already adding a lot. Like if you got Orb of Corrosion, say on a PA, for example, that's usually her weakness, right? She's not going to dominate the lane. Orb of Corrosion all of a sudden gives her kill potential pre-6, which is a big deal, right? But for Lifestealer, it's just more of the same. So if you're going to dominate your lane, fantastic, go for it and like really, really harp on that laning experience. But if not, you will already struggle at farming. Don't add an extra 1,000 gold obstacle to that farming speed, right?
Supreme.
I like his rushing build particularly.
I agree with you. Supreme is doing a pretty good job in this mid lane. Of course, doesn't really look that way because of all the regen that there is this meta. As what the heck is Doom? Shibe, he took a very big detour. I wonder if he wanted a different creep, but he's got the mana burn now. As in the mid lane, Limp is going to live thanks to the grace of Fairy Fire. Supreme's going to go diving now. And not find Limp. He's going to catch him on the ward, as the Static Remnant does give vision for the tower to hit Supreme a second time, but Limp will be fine here. Finds himself a water bottle. He'll be A-okay. Top lane looks like a bit of a spar as they go on to S4, and they will actually catch him here. The sampler build for the Lifestealer 1-1-1 enables them to actually close the gap, and with even a level 1 tombstone, they have enough move speed slow to run down the Necro.
The Necro does suffer sometimes against these melee matchups like Ursa and Lifestealer if they can slow him down enough, right? You have to really utilize the Ghost Shot at the perfect time. Of course, pre-Ghost Shot is even harder, right? But some heroes do have the capacity of just diving towers and bringing you down regardless in the lane, which is one of the difficulties he has. It was like the Necro-Ursa matchup, which in theory should be really good, but when the Ursa's buff enough, actually feels like a really bad matchup for the Ursa. Sorry, for the Necro, because of similar reasons as the Lifestealer. The thing is, Lifestealer lacks the burst damage though, so I think once he hits level 4, S4 should be able to destroy this lane.
And mid lane, having to take a trip home to refill his bottle was Limp. None of his supports dying quite yet, so no one could TP in for the free refill, so it's a free wave of experience for the Lina. Shibe taking a lot of harass with Liquid Fire as well as the Tree Slow. He's down to 133 move speed, which is painful. You can't go below 100, but the closer you get to 100, the more emotional damage you take, because it's awful.
So is CM just perpetually leaking her emotions in the game?
I mean, isn't she? Have you ever laned with a CM with a Sven? She's just, I mean, come on, CM, you got to be more subtle, sweetheart.
That is, no, you mean like her love,
yeah.
her love emotions, right?
All of her emotions are out.
No, I always thought CM was a sociopath, so I don't think she has emotions, if I'm honest with you. Sibe, in the bottom lane, Era jumps onto this. Beautiful, actually. You got 2 heroes with that, and they don't seem concerned about his damage. And apparently they're right to not be concerned, because Shiba's dying to Pexu. Pexu's beating him. Wow, this is why he likes to play Jakiro, the true core of the early game. Yep. He gets the kill before the Doom can get the experience there. So a really big deal. In addition to, of course, a good trade overall.
Top lane, they might actually look to turn onto Koma as they dispatch of the Tombstone. S4 with a big old death pulse there. It's going to scare Koma back. But yeah, no, that was an excellent kill. Doom no longer with the slowest base attack time in the game. I think he got buffed to like 1.7, and actually Hoodwink claims that title with a base attack time of 2. But
wild, by the way.
Yeah.
How long does that crossbow take to recharge? Oh my God.
Quite a bit. But of course, Doom's attack speed is still horrendous, nonetheless. Yep. So even the attack speed slow on Dual Breath without even Liquid Fire is very painful for Shibe.
Yes. Should we point out though that Liquid Fire it does not reduce attack speed as much as it would to a normal BAT, right? Because that's how it works. Both increasing attack speed and the reduction in attack speed don't work as much for you. But, like you said, he's just so slow that it becomes kind of ridiculous. Hanska kills Bengen by just chasing him down. Koma's really suffering, and you can tell by the fact that S4 hasn't felt the need to take a single point and go Shroud.
Yeah.
That is a bad sign for lifesteal.
Yeah, he's basically just living off of the Death Pulse, the Heartstopper Aura regeneration it's on now that he's getting from each CS. And he's got plenty of CS, and he's 35-7, even leading his own safe lane Tainu, who's having a pretty strong lane himself.
It's scary when these things when this happens though, because Necrophos, the 1 point in Ghost Shard actually slows his farming a fair amount, but if he is not forced to do that, all of a sudden this hero is free to snowball.
Might be dead
lane. Yeah, Supreme. I think Dual Breath is enough. Yep. I think he's just gonna die to it. Hit him with Liquid Fire just in case. And Pexu, the core killer. Yep. That deserves a tip. This man has been absolutely an atrocious
top lane
hero for Chicken
They
Fighters.
drop another Tombstone. This time it is level 2, but once again, Hans going to waste no time taking it down, and S4 looks to turn 3 points down to Death Pulse as the Spear from Hanskin will secure the kill onto Bengen. That kill is going to give him 6 stacks now of the Heartstopper regen, which means he's basically back to full HP. Koma is still being ran down from the lane by the support Mars. By the way, this is a hero that Lifestealer counters.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not your support, right? I mean, genuinely though, because you can't concentrate on the Mars' Spears and God's Rebukes when you have to deal with a Necrophos.
Shibe is slow to a crawl by the Avalanche, even if he has the Scorched Earth active level 2. Pexu and Aqua, they just don't care.
Sorry! Oh, bro, he hit him with a sorry there because he stole the last hit. That's the level that Pexu is thinking about. This man, oh wow, he's even thinking about his other cores while he's murdering the enemy team.
Yeah, well, he's got to be a little bit careful here because now he does have a killing streak online, so he's going to feed a little bit of gold. Actually, no, he doesn't. It's only the 2. And Hanskin just did a TP. Where are your stuns? He says. You have... Oh.
Hanskin just banned a TP so you get the Reaper Sight though.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, that is incredible. That was really good. That was an Ice Ice level play, honestly. This is the troll TP they used to do very often.
And S4 is going to take the tower. He's going to secure the kill. He's back to full HP, full mana after that. He has already 1 stack of the Reaper Scythe permanent regen, which is not an insane amount, but given it's so early on in the game and he has 3 extra HP regen and 1 permanent mana regen, it helps.
And dude, Necrophos is not supposed to be a fast pusher, right? Like, he can sort of push the lane, but he's not supposed to take your run this quickly.
They're killing Shiba again! Pexu, if you steal this kill, you're kicked, says Aqua.
Oh, Pexu, he's body blocking. He might have to steal it. He has to. Pexu takes it. He will die as a result, though, and he will fade a killing spree over to the Monkey King. This is because he stole all these kills. So is Pexu really playing that well?
Supreme dies mid, though. Was that an arena? It wasn't. Okay, he had level 6 off of the kill.
Never mind, you're right.
It was simply just limp jumping into a spear. So it's still an impressive kill. And I mean, I would say this game is looking very similar to game 1, but it's actually not, Avo. It's looking worse for Chicken Fighters.
Yeah, because the lanes themselves are not going that badly, but Peksu's rotations are making them all go terrible.
And Hanskin is just being such a bully to Koma. He's throwing spears in here. S4 and Hanskin are leeching XP.
He's a higher level in this lifestealer, man.
He's gonna arena? Is he gonna arena?
Yeah, he can't. There's still a rage. There we go. They force it. Now
no, there's an arena. Oh,
oh no! Koma's gonna die in this arena. He can't do anything. He has not hit level 6 yet. Mars is more experienced than him.
Oh man.
My God. Now, okay, who's gonna reach level 6 first, Peksu or
and
Koma?
Look, they're just gonna close the door. Here comes S4. Supreme? The rest of Goon Squad straight on to Supreme. There's a Reaper Scythe in 8 seconds. They don't even need it for the kill onto the Lina. Ira is gonna die even before it's off cooldown. I mean, this is turning into a shellacking.
Can you show levels for a second now? Just to show the fact that Lifestealer's level 5. He's the lowest experience in the game. Both supports on the main team are beating him. A goddamn Mars support is beating him. This is absurd. This is a shellacking. Even though the difference, I think, is actually around the same as last time, it's a bigger shellacking than last time. This is a game tier shellacking.
I don't believe the difference is it's much bigger than last time. I don't believe they I mean, this is...
Were they not at 6K?
No.
Was the 6K a bit further?
6K was much further in, yeah. I mean, last game was rough for Chicken Fighters, but this is like a 6K lead is on a whole different level, I would say. Checking in on net worth, I mean, it's... You rarely see this 4 heroes above 1, and they're going to make another jump onto Koma. There's another Reaper Scythe. Do they have the nuke damage?
Oh my God!
I mean, okay, hold on. Hold on. They're back on the Undying. He's just dead. I mean, at the very least for Koma, Reaper Scythe no longer increases your death timer.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so you can go back to farming. And his death timer is really low, actually, because he's really low level, because he can't ever get experience. Because whenever it's not being sapped, he's just straight up dying.
This game has just turned into pain, though, hasn't it?
Yes, yes. As we say in my home country, it's Spain without the S, right?
Well, Spain, but the S is silent.
Ah, yes. That's how Spaniards pronounce it, actually. Yeah, I don't know. We talked about the Korjuk hero. I feel like we're seeing it just from the support position at this point. The Mars doesn't feel like a 4 either with the amount of experience he's gotten. Supreme has been cancelled. He's going for BKB before the trial boots. Hanskin's going to go for another one. Look at these two supports. They don't even need any cores. They're self-sufficient. And they're showing this is the revolution of the positions. Rise up, my support brethren.
And they just know to make that rotation. Like, yes, they're 7K ahead. Yeah. Yes, they have a significant XP advantage. These are two supports who have basically equal experience with the mid lane Lina. Like, yes, they're very far ahead. No one's denying it. But to make that rotation without vision, just knowing, it's incredible. And this Ice Path, it's beautiful. It's going to catch 2. Shibe has a Doom. I mean, he might just cast it on Hanskin. No, they don't need it. Right? Maybe they did need it. Hanskin running.
I think they do.
From Ira. He's got.
I think he'll live.
He's got a tree dance, right? There's no way.
He still has the. He has TP in like.
He has
Soul Ring?
TP in mana, but.
Yeah, he has to do the Soul Ring for the TP. Okay, Hanskin will finally die. At least they caught him.
400 gold to Koma. Listen, that's not going to recover this game on its own, but you know, that's the first baby step on the way. Just
Okay,
hoping that.
Now go to the levels again, Richie, just for a second. Yeah. Everyone on Goon Squad is above Chicken Fighter's experience. Everyone. Every single person.
Yeah, net worth at the very least has begun to look a little bit more normal. It's still certainly one-sided. Yes. By no means am I denying that, but we at least have cores above enemy supports, so that's a good sign for Chicken Fighters. And, well, you know, until minute 15, because Aqua has had an insanely free game. I mean, this man is so free. Not only does he have a full Echo Saber and Power Treads, he might finish up this Shadow Blade and still have money for the Shard at 15, the way that this game's going for him. This is so much farm.
Oh my God, that's very true, actually. But let's not forget the most fun hero on the
Supreme.
map, Mr. Necropos. Oh. Yeah, another kill just from the two supports again. They're not even using any resources for this, just the supports ganking. Mars playing like an offlaner at this point as Lim joins in. He's a double damage. Tombstone gold for Hanskin. They're going to go for the Undying. They got his Tombstone. Now they take the real one. Undying. Oh, they try to Doom the Storm. Try to get the double damage away, but for now it's impossible. They play with Shiba's life. But Peksu could be in trouble here. He has one last Ice Path. That's going to be his dying will, allowing them to get the kill on Shibe. Even from the grave, Peksu is a useful core.
Yep, and that's 3 stacks now on the permanent regeneration. Necro, hold on, let's wait for this one Heartstopper regen or at a timeout. And he has a Sanj already, which does buff his regen. Of course, 9 HP regen, 3 mana regen already. He's sitting at 24 HP regen without any stacks of the Heartstopper regen aura. And again, just to highlight, I mean, these kills look easy onto Supreme, mostly because they are at this stage, given the net worth and experience lead. But there's no wards aiding this. This is just simple map knowledge. This is just Goon Squad being good at Dota. What do you do? Yes. How do you get back in this game as chicken fighters? It seems like all your recovery mechanisms, every single play you try and make to get back into this game, Goon Squad are one step ahead of you. They're just waiting for you there.
Yeah, I don't know how you get back to this game because you don't have the best lineup for that either. Like Lifestealer is meant to be a snowball carry, the Undying is meant to be a snowball support. Doom is not particularly the best ganking squad. Like Doom is a really powerful ability, but too long a cooldown to consider this part of a hunting squad, right? And also no slow on the Doom or any stuns, right? I mean, Inferno Blade, whatever. So, because of that, you can doom someone, but how do you catch up to them? They can just run away from you at this point.
Hanskin has Blink already, by the way. It was a 1330 Blink. It took the courier a long time to deliver it. This is not a bad time, even for an off-lane Mars. Yes, he doesn't have the off-lane items, right? He's Tranquil Boots are cheaper. He only got the Soul Ring. Doesn't have additional stats, like not quite an armlet, right? But like double Bracer is quite normal these days. But still, 13-minute Blink Dagger on support Mars? Yes, please.
Especially you compare it to the Lina, who still hasn't gotten her first item. He couldn't go for Travel Boots, like I mentioned earlier. She has to go for the straight BKB. I think that's the right choice, but it's a very desperate one.
It is desperate, but it's the only choice, really, I think they have. And there's the Blink.
This is why she's desperate, by the way, because of these constant arenas into the Macropar. Ice Path as well. They keep her pinned to the arena, but she doesn't quite die. Lifestealer comes in for reinforcements. Pexu's committing for the skill. They have Doom the Necrophos, though. S4 in trouble.
Oh, nice to save Lina.
Murdered Pexu, and that's going to be S4 falling as well.
Big kill.
Good counter initiation here for Chicken Fighters. But Storm decides to join in. He knows there's no Doom, which means Lim has a chance to kill all three, perhaps. Is he the cleanup squad they were looking for? God's going to slow him down. The stun misses, and that means Ship is going to die. The next to die will be Era. Killed off. Oh, there we go. Killed off by the Static Remnant. As Hanskin decides to TP in the face of Lifestealer. This one's a real one. He's going to go back home.
Yeah, he's going back home, and no stuns here remaining, despite the Lifestealer having decent damage. Lifestealer, Hukoma, by the way, he's gone for the Recovery Midas. Not a bad idea, you know?
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I agree.
It is.
Because, like,
go ahead.
The difficulty and why Recovery Midas is important versus, say, a Maelstrom is that Maelstrom requires map control, right? Because you farm faster, but you need the creep camps. Yeah. So if you clear all your camps in little time, and then all of a sudden you have nothing to do, Maelstrom is useless. Whereas Midas literally creates gold out of these creep camps. Yeah. So it's probably the best item when you're losing by this much.
Okay, they tried to smoke up, but Aqua and Hanskin were right there. I was just showing this replay, and I did want to commend Koma as well for joining that fight, right? Because he was instrumental in making sure that Lina actually lives and making that, although they lose the supporting staff, still a pretty decent fight, an acceptable fight when you're down 10k at 15 minutes in.
Yep.
That's 4. Has Shard already, so that's 1 Shard to purchase. Deathseeker, it's a good one. Tiny, not quite at Shard, but he's not going to be too far behind my prediction. Only needing, well, just 1 more creep, really, and he's got it. Whew. So yeah, he is very farmed, finally overtaking S4 in terms of the team's net worth leader and the game's net worth leader even at that. Hanskin has another Blink Arena at the ready. It's still Arena level 1, but it's not really your biggest concern. Mostly just using it for the setup and the catch.
They can still kill Monkey Q for free. Oh, they should have noticed. Okay. Hanskin. And biding his time.
This ward's going to time out right in front of Era, and he's going to be pretty upset. He has a sentry down, but they just missed it. It's a pretty well-placed ward. Pardon me for Goon Squad.
Yeah, there you saw it. Yeah. He just pinged it.
Yeah, he's like,
I had the sentry. Yeah, exactly. You could guess exactly what's going through Era's mind.
Yeah. That's kind of frustrating because as support, like, there are very few ways you can really, truly outplay the enemy supports like that, but Era just knows he's been outplayed right there.
Yep, with a good board position. And that's for every support, of course. Each hero has its own individual outplay, but as a support player, you mean, right? That position, now they're going to go for the Roche.
Can they do this,
because
though?
I think so. You have Shard in the Tiny now.
It's slow.
And the Liquid Fire helps you. It is very slow, though. But the enemy team kind of lacks team fight besides the Doom. It's more single target oriented.
That's true, but they do have the Doom ready.
Oh, Macropar has been used a bit early.
I'm not sure. Pexu should know that doesn't break trees anymore. And he does. He's the one that told us that it's even a little bit better that it doesn't break trees. So they knew that wasn't going to stun the Monkey King.
I don't think he was trying to break the trees there. I think he was trying to deal damage. I think that he was trusting his teammates to stun him with his spear.
I think they tried to break it with the Ball Lightning. perhaps?
Oh, I didn't see. I thought it was a spear actually they were trying to use because I thought I saw Mars using the animation. Because I think with Monkey King it spears you right to the tree you're on. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I wasn't sure. That makes that.
But yeah, I'm sure he knows he doesn't play trees. Have you seen him play this Jakiro? Do you think there's something he doesn't know about?
No, for sure.
Yeah, this man's a god.
It just seems like he laid down the Macropyre with the expectation that something was going to stun the Monkey King.
Yeah. And they decided to stop doing the roach. A lot of wasted time here by Goon Squad, honestly, considering the tempo we've seen until now. But they can also take a chill pill. It's not like this game is going to go bad if this goes a bit longer. Much like last game, right?
Very true. Shibe as well, he's not going to scale too nicely this game. Lots of Dooms. More the mid lane Dooms, but even still off lane Dooms do prefer to go the Midas before BKB to ensure that they continue scaling better into the game. Not quite the case for him. He's going to be forced, just like his Lina, to head straight into the BKB. Good news for him, he's almost got it. He needs 3k gold in his bank to have the BKB. With these two components he's lacking. Supreme has it, and now has a secondary item coming. Is it a Crystallis? It's just a Clarity. He still needs gold for the Crystals, but they're going to kill her.
Bottom. Yeah, Lina has to use the BKB, try to TP. Is there enough damage? They throw the tree, and oh my god, Aqua really mashed that Lina down.
Yeah.
That feels really bad. 9-second BKB used for a TP, and it fails.
Yeah.
Like, oof. There's the emotional damage we were talking about. She's being forced to go for a Shadow Blade. That's going to be her substitute to a degree for the boots of travel. Both the movement speed, the mobility in general, the capacity of initiation, and also what they need right now, which is someone that can cut waves. Shadow Blade will help her out with that.
True. I'm surprised they're not throwing Era on that duty quite yet. He's doing a good job at scouting enemy movements. I will say I haven't noted this yet before, but he's always constantly been like in this tree, and these trees mid lane, sometimes in this. He's done a good job. Just always letting his team know where the enemies are. And unlike a lot of other heroes, it's hard to know when a monkey's actually watching you. In fact, scientists have proven, Jane Goodall has proven that half the time there's always a monkey watching you guys. So, look out.
Actually, Richie, Jane Goodall studied apes, not monkeys.
Oh, did she?
Did she? Yeah. I learned that from my good co-caster, She Can Strike. I'm glad that she's become a good part of our cast. She's a very valuable part of the scientific community.
Yeah, she is. Yes, absolutely.
Doom just got the BKB. This might be the time to fight for chicken fighters, but we did see a smoke, though, from Goon Squad. That smoke immediately is
broken by
taken
Era.
away from the Monkey King.
That's how you know if a monkey's watching you, you smoke.
Indeed, yeah. Sometimes the monkey smokes, and it's very confusing. There's the Arena still available, but he doesn't want to use it again. It breaks trees. I feel like on a 4 you can force it more, but they don't really want to do it.
And they still
Aegis on Aqua.
They still wouldn't have scouted him there as well by that jump. Normally you do see Monkey when he jumps from tree to tree, but only if he's on your level. He was above them, so that he didn't see it. Obviously, Goon Squad didn't see that, rather.
Oh, right. So like the tree has to be on your
terrain level
of
correct.
ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
What if you jump to a tree on the low ground and you're on the high?
They would see you
him when he gets
Yeah, they would. They would see you in air.
Right.
Yeah, Dota's very interesting with the way that terrain works. I think it's one of the coolest parts about Dota 2, to be honest, and the way that Vision interacts with it. I really appreciate that aspect, which is why I was really hoping for a map change, but we don't need to get into that.
Yes, it's okay. But I also would like to see a terrain change in general. Or a hero that interacts with the terrain would be really cool. Like, I know Monkey is like one of those to a degree, but I would love to see a hero that like could interact with high ground, for example. I love the Slaughter change, for example, of the Ghost of Haste.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, back into the game. Right now, the Goon Squad, they're in a kind of an awkward position. Not that they're losing, but they don't want to lose this lead by any means, so they have to play the most defensive way possible. And that's taking over the enemy triangle. There's the right play. BKB is up on this Doom, though. They're going to stop the Life Stealer for now. Reaper Sight used. They lack the damage. Nope. He's been bursted. That's Coma down. Lena's still alive, though, and they do get the Doom off. This time onto S4. He's quite tanky hard with a Kai and Sanj. Monkey King will be destroyed as the two supports died together. It's gonna be
Everyone's getting ready to deny S4.
As opposed to killing the tombstone first. S4 retaliates with his own Ghost Scepter, or his own, what's it called?
Ghost Shroud.
No, that's Seeker. There you go. To stop the Jakiro from actually taking the ward down. I didn't even see the Lina die, by the way. She looked like collateral there. Like, Aqua just went in and just murdered her by accident almost. Bunching up against a Tiny, maybe not the best of options, honestly.
Yeah,
and also, when you smoke from low to high ground, man, like, I get it. You're desperate, so it's hard to say if this is just like a desperate move trying to make something happen. But smoking from low to high ground when you're losing, I don't think that's ever gonna work.
Yeah, and Lina was BKB'd because I also didn't see what Lina died to be completely honest. Lina died to just the right-click damage from Aqua. He has a full Silver Edge, which is the guaranteed crit, and an Echo Saber, so he doesn't care about no BKB right now. He is just much too powerful with level 3 toss, sorry, with level 3 grow, pardon me. 385 damage to crit off of is an extremely dead Lina.
Yep. And talk about the dead Lina. There's no Blink here, so they can't quite catch up to her. Blink is up on the handskin, but it has no arena, and the angle's not the best. Never mind. Lina stayed there a bit too long.
I was gonna say hello.
He's just gonna beat her.
Yep.
BKB for what?
That's what happened last time to Supreme, and this tiny hero. He needs buffs, doesn't he? Throw the tree farther.
Yeah, pretty weak. And obligatory statement that we always say towards this part in the late game. Yes, Lifestealer's a good core-to-core matchup against Tiny. No, not if he's 10k behind, right? Or in this case, 6k. Yeah. It's impossible to beat that. You kind of have to stay a la par with Tiny.
Well, it's not quite 10k, but it's also more than 6k, sorry, right? Because it's Hand of Midas is 2k gold of recovery.
Yeah, so what, like, can we settle on 7k? Is that
yeah, we'll settle for like 7, because the attack speed's still good. They see Ira, and they're going to pull him down for the tree.
That was cute. He ball lightning just below the tree, just so he couldn't break it, so he could get him with Electric Vortex instead.
Does ball lightning not break trees? I could have sworn it did.
No, he just didn't reach the tree.
Ah, okay.
He just didn't reach the tree. Yeah, if you go right behind the tree, like right where the tree is positioned, and not through it, then it won't break.
No, there's
Jakiro has forced staff because he realizes his Storm doesn't want to break trees, so he's going to do it instead.
There is a DD in the river. I don't even know if Goon Squad need it, but that would be just, you know, if they wanted to choose violence right now, they could.
Lifestealer's choosing to escape, but I don't think that choice was part of it.
There's a Reaper Sight as well.
Oh, okay, they decide to escape as well. They don't choose violence, they choose mercy.
Well, they choose mercy for now, but Aqua chose violence as he does 1600 damage to the creep wave with the TD rune active at 25 minutes.
Does he just walk forward? I think he just does that, right? Like BKB and you just walk forward.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Infernal Blade's super annoying for him. It's a very good ability, especially if they can get level death online, which they have actually. They purchased the shard. Level death. It's back.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Tidy doesn't really care though. He has the Aegis. He's probably going to use double damage, force him to kill him in his first life. Maybe overcommit by doing so. 30 seconds to that Aegis to finish. Oh, that's going to be Lina dead. Beautiful arena once again. They're going for the supports. Undying. This is going to experience death as the Doom still available here for Shibe, but honestly, a Doom won't save you from this team fight. Aqua, again, still has Aegis. They Doom him now, so they better
7 seconds on Aegis?
10 seconds.
They might have this perfectly.
They might. They
gotta deny him. Deny him. Goon Squad.
Quick.
They did it. They denied him. They did.
And that means the Aegis is up, and that means he's back to full HP. They didn't consider that part. Aqua outplaying the enemy. They bring down Era. In comes the Storm. Limp's out of mana though. Gets hit by the Laguna Blade. Limp again is out of mana, so Aqua has to help him with a toss. Hanskin, you'll set to the Lifestealer here. They miss the stun. They hit him with the Ice Path though. The spear into the Vortex, and that's going to be Koma finally falling down as they hit the Death Seeker, and the GG is called. Chicken Fighters get destroyed for a second game in a row. Goon Squad a bit too strong.
I love these like really silly interactions in pro games where everyone's like, you hit him. Well, it will hit him then, you know? Goon Squad, they decide to do it themselves with just seconds